Hey guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect. Today we're diving back into some more Create Above and Beyond. So I am back today, of course. I've done some decorating. I've done a little bit of work off camera. I'm slowly but surely I'm gonna get some bushes up in here. We're gonna get some things looking good. I got all my factories looking pretty nice, but I do have to start work on a new factory. I know, it sounds crazy, and I'm gonna have to extend it this way, which means I'm probably going to need to make a new Tinker's tool that is going to allow me to hopefully get through this a little bit quicker. I've also done a little bit of work over here. Notice the giant building that was here? Yeah, gone. Also, I have an extension over here. I think I'm gonna add some stuff on the top, make it look really cool. But other than that, we still have an original home. I'm like kind of imagining this little home here as like, I don't know, the place in between like the massive factories. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen like an image of like this little house in between all these buildings, and it's just like this little cute house. I think I'm gonna keep this here, or try my best to. But I did move my storage system out of here, and I worked on all of this while I was over on the Discord hanging out, and yeah, I got it all moved over. I went ahead and made an ender chest, and I transferred my items from an ender chest. I pushed the items into the ender chest from over there, and then I had the ender chest over here, and then just hooked it into here and just had it automatically push or pull out of the ender chest and fill this up. That was kind of a nice thing that I was able to do, and until we can get a better inventory system, right? I think that's coming. I think that is going to be sort of our next step as we go on through this pack. So let's take a look at an overview, because this is what we're gonna be working on today. After I clear out some areas, we have into the box. So this is going to require a new energy unit joins the ranks. So we're going to be working with silicon, thermal induction machinery, all kinds of fun like that between flex stress. Okay. Laser technology. So, oh yeah, this is okay. So there's a couple of different routes we can go. We can go with this or this. And I was looking at both, and I think this one would be great for someone who's not making YouTube videos. I feel like I would be at this for hours trying to unlock all these different parts. Whereas this seems like a bit more my route. And just by looking at some of the steps that are required from it, it doesn't seem super bad. And it also seems like, because we need charcoal, we should be able to get unlimited, or get stress units, like 16,000 stress units using the brass flywheel. So I think we're going to be good there. That'll generate probably enough stress to cover all of this, all the stuff that we need here that needs to be moved along. So that's going to be pretty cool. And we'll get our wood all the way from over here. But this is where the ender chest is really going to come in handy. So our tree farm that we have over here, all I'll do is I'll just set up an ender chest that is going to allow me to just pipe into it. And we'll be able to have our infinite wood elsewhere, and we'll pipe out of that and have that go into the smeltery, which is going to be hooked up to the brass flywheel, which is going to generate all that stress for us. So that's my plan there. So let's go ahead and start this chapter. Next target will be printed silicon, as it says, as one of the known ways to obtain it. The assembly line will move items, fluids, and energies in and out of new, rather compact Invar machinery. Much like previous chapters, material source or shipment are required first. So we do need all of our required stuff. We get some more builder's tea. Let's sip that up. Yummy. So with that, it also talks about power, and I'm going to talk about that here in a second. And then we also have the alchemy laser, and this thing right here. Oh boy, is this an interesting setup. So we need to attach a lamp to an Invar frame, and then we turn it on, give it power, and then we use a deployer with its mode set to punch. We have a redstone lamp with the power on. We turn the power off. Okay, so we need some sort of timer on this to time it perfectly. Or we'll have a cart something that detects a cart landing there, and then we could basically have it do a toggle here. I think that'd be a way to go. But the items need to be inside this hopper, and that's going to be interesting. So before we get all wrapped up in that, let's take a look at some things that I think I overlooked before. And that was when taking a look at all of the thermal series machines. Remember how I noticed that the inputs and outputs were disabled? Well, there's a way around that. And that is using the modular reconfiguration right here. And it's pretty simple. We just need some invar which we can buy, some gold, and a redstone servo. And we can just put this in as an upgrade. I think you just right click on it. And this is going to allow the machine to have sides that are configurable. So we can have like inputs and outputs into chests and like circulate things and not have to use pipes to route things, which would make things a whole lot easier. A whole lot easier. So that's gonna be pretty nice. But another thing that I didn't know about, and I built all of this. I built all of this with scaffolds. I feel so dumb. Well, the reason why I feel this way is because we have a beacon over here, and I do have an elytra. I didn't even know, I totally didn't pay attention to this. This is a magic feather. Yeah, we can make a magic feather out of our elytra, and well, we can put it into our charm slots. I think there's a charm slot right here. And we should have create a flight. We're supposed to. So long as we're within range of this beacon. And so at the moment, I don't have, you know, it's not very big, but in the range isn't very, very large. But the bigger I think we make the beacon, the larger the range is. And as you can see, wherever we have a beacon, we can have create a flight. That is... that could have saved me so much time. So much time. So starting out, I think the best route for me to go is probably going to be definitely with the wood starting out right here. And this contraption, as you can see, is going to lead to making some coal juice. And we also have controlled cuts, apparently, all this making like coke and stuff like that. But this is going to get us some nice automation going. And I think what I'm going to do is hopefully I can quickly place this in without it knowing. There we go. I'm going to try my best to like place this in on this crafter. Yeah, it's going to instantly replace most things unless I can't get to it. I wish I could just click out on there. All right, this is going, come on. Can I put it in my offhand? No. My scroll wheel does not work as well as I would hope it would. All right, so we almost have this made. There we go. And right in the middle is a brass casing, I believe. And all of this splits off because for some reason that didn't work. Oh, that's right. The brass casing is on the outer edge. Okay, so I actually need to build a different crafter, I think. I don't know if I can actually add to this or not. This actually might break if I do that. So maybe it will work. So all I have to do is pull this out, put the brass casing there, and then give this a redstone signal. And with this, even if that's not filled, all I have to do is give it a redstone signal. There we go. That creates the flywheel. And of course, that's going to get routed over through my piping system. What are you even doing? Yep. And it's going to place it. Okay. Well, well, there we go. We have ourselves a flywheel, which is really nice because I need this for some automation. So first things first, let's go ahead and dye this. I'm going to dye the middle one brown. This is going to link these chests together. And I don't want them setting on the white channel because I actually use the white channel for routing items into systems later on. And it just makes it easier just to have it set to white, which is default. So you can just craft them, place them as you go. So this down here I'm going to extract because I need to get this started as soon as possible. So we'll have our chest placed here, and then I'll go ahead and get my module. Also, need some clippers. We do not want this connected. Yeah, sticks going in here, not a good idea. Let's not do that. And we'll have this set to a high extraction module, which is the new ones that we actually get from the Indirium. And that is going to start sending wood, which is perfect. Now we need to extract this and get this set up on a furnace. So before I get to really getting anywhere, I've got to make this. I've got to go ahead and make myself a broad axe. This is going to be how I chop down the plethora of trees that are in my way for our next build area, which I think is going to be on this side. Yeah, there's a whole lot of trees to be chopped down here, but as you can see, I should be able to chop down the whole thing, which is pretty awesome, and get most of this cleared out. So getting started with this, we are going to need a few things. First of all, I want to get my power up and running. I've got to get this going now. So we just need to put wood in here and make ourselves some charcoal. So the easiest way to do that is to probably just set ourselves up. I'm guessing maybe a flywheel can go this way. We'll set up our furnace like this. Hopefully this is going to give me enough room to kind of maneuver things. We'll put our furnace on here, and then we go 2 blocks, and then this is where the flywheel is going to go. So all I need is this. Oh, and I actually need my other part, which is going to be a brass bit. And then I believe this is just something that is actually crafted in a stone cutter. Yes, the furnace engine is something that is in the stone cutter. Well, I actually have a stone cutter with me, which is very nice. So, which is also, I need to grab myself a rotation controller because we're going to need that too. So there we go. Perfect. I grabbed that. So this is going to go on here like this. And then we have the flywheel, which is going to go next to that. And there we go. We have ourselves basically a lot of stress. This is going to be a lot of stress that's going to be built up. I actually need to go I need to get my goggles on so I'll be able to see that. But we need to get this hooked in. So by default, I believe I can just set it up like this. Actually, no, this is probably going to need to be 1 block back. I'm just going to place it right here so it has a little bit of space. And we'll have a brass funnel that is going on top of this, routing to here, and then routing to the top. And we need to set this to round robin, and we also need to make sure this is extracting. I have a high extraction module, and then I put a round robin in there. That should pull out, and we should start seeing it going into the bottom slot and into the top slot. And as you can see right there, it's going to start generating charcoal and start generating power. And so long as we're using this charcoal, we should be generating infinite amounts of stress now. Or not infinite amounts of stress, but like 16,000 stress units, I believe, is what this generates. So moving into our next setup, we're going to need a pretty good amount of power. So I think lava generation is definitely something that we need to tap into. So I do have my Indirium machines, and this is going to make ourselves some ender tanks. And this is where power and lava generation is basically going to be changing a whole lot. So at the moment, I don't really need this card anymore. I don't need this setup at all. I will, however, leave this here. And what we have is an ender tank. I can place ender tank here and place it in the nether. I'm going to show you here. So all you got to do, let's see, let's break this block so I can gain access to this. We might use this cart for something else later on down the road. But this right here needs to receive lava. So if I set an ender tank, I like to leave the white ender tank, or the white as the lava, because it's the most, used thing I will probably be putting into this ender tank. But as you can see, it's going to be pulling, and that's exactly what I want. So let's go ahead and start to fill this thing with lava. And well, we do have an infinite source here in the nether. So instead of using carts now, we have a much better way of doing it. Instead of all of this, like, just weird ingenuity stuff going on here, all we have to do is place a tank, and as you can see, it's starting to fill with lava, and that is honestly all we need. And I'm pretty sure this is considered an infinite lava source. Yeah, that's a lot of connected things. So there's our lava. And all we got to do is get some power, get some generators hooked to that, make sure they're resonant. I do need to make some more of the resonant stuff. And I also probably want to get a somewhat automated way of generating this resonant material as well. So at the moment, I'm kind of working things out. To be able to make the Pyrolyzer, I actually need Signalium. Now, Signalium is also used to get ourselves more power, so I would also like to make as much of this as possible. But it looks like right here, destabilized redstone, copper, and silver is what we're going to need. But the problem is destabilized redstone, 1 bucket worth, which is the equivalent of 10 redstone being produced. So in reality, all of this redstone right here, 40 redstone, only equals 4 Signalium ingots. Whew, that ratio really hurts. But I believe I can actually buy with silver, even though I'm using silver. Believe I can also buy redstone. So that's a thing as well. So with all the required parts now, we should be able to make a Pyrolyzer, or Pyrolyzer. This bad boy, let me throw this in there. Request, redstone flux coil not found. Of course I have to make one of those. Boom, there we go. And hopefully we have everything. Oh, actually I need to handcraft these. 2 of those. Signalium, and we have ourselves this. Now, this is going to probably need that, it's going to need power, but I would also like to make it a little bit more compact if I can. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, I don't know if that's a good idea to make it compact, but with thermal, down here, I do have those upgrades. Actually, I don't know if they show up as thermal. Oh no, they're in here. Okay. So if we head back over to our area where things are starting to work, this is going to need power. At the moment, we don't have power for it, but let's just assume it's setting here, and I can give it this upgrade. That's going to allow the sides to be configured, and then I can say, hey, how about we input the charcoal into here, and then of course everything else can be output from that point on, right? And then as far as power goes, we can set up a magmatic dynamo, and then hopefully we can upgrade this bad boy to produce some really significant power real soon, now that we have access to Signalium and we can actually make this stuff go. Let me go ahead and grab this, which is being used to smelt down all my stuff, and we'll grab ourselves an ender tank. Now, I could use the ender tank directly. You know what? I might actually do that and keep this over here. The ender tank can supply lava directly to a dynamo just by placing it on there and then flipping this switch. And there we go. We have a lot of lava going in here very quickly. Not exactly where I'm going to want this to be, but for right now, this is going to work because we do have our Invar cables, which are going to be sent to here. So now that this is happening, we can probably go ahead and check off. We can say, hey, I have myself some charcoal. You can turn charcoal and get double charcoal out of your wood here if you really wanted to without using this machine. But come on, this right here is going to be how you're going to power everything. So might as well go about this route. I'm sure this is a good way to go. So we are producing coke right here, and then we're also producing the byproduct coal juice. It's not really called coal juice, but you know, we're producing this, which is creosote oil, coal juice. And we are producing coke, which we can actually take that out now. And there we go. The secondary more lengthy. Okay, so we're talking about making this material, and it is a solid fuel, which is nice. But to get down to this point as a part of this whole contraption here, this contraption is basically done. Consider this our contraption here. We've gotten 34 through 34.3, all of this done. Now, controlled cuts. This is where things are going to get a little bit more complicated. We need to provide water to the coke, and it says it needs to go through this process 2 times, which I guess we could route it back, but we end up with a issue when doing that. So we're probably going to end up with 2 spouts receiving water and 2 cuts Yeah, 2 saws that are cutting this stuff and returning it to a specific area. So let's get this bad boy set up. So at this point, I'm kind of experimenting with some new things. This is the adjustable crate, and it can actually be like a vertical chest. Now it holds items here, and you can see we can actually set the storage amount or increase it, which is kind of cool, I guess. Scroll to modify, shift to make it faster. Oh, so we can literally set this to say, hey, only a stack allowed in this, which that's really cool. But it can be vertical like this, which allows me to get that inventory up here. Oh, I should have used these before. I didn't even realize this was a thing. But I do have my spout set up, and all we got to do is get our power routed, and then also get ourselves some water with an aqueous accumulator. And I think this section should be ready to rock and roll. So I'm slowly but surely figuring this out, and I'm thinking along the lines of gearbox here, like we're just kind of routing our power so I could speed it up later. Going into gearbox, which got the power going, and then transferring that power with a encased chain drive, which really works for the things like this. And then later on, of course, we can always cover up this and make it look really nice, which I didn't actually know. I don't know if I have any leftover andesite. Does not look like it. But I needed, I can actually cover these belts and it doesn't actually consume the stuff, which is pretty cool. All right, so let's go in backwards order because I do not want these pipes overflowing. Let's go ahead and place this wrong way, as always, like this. And that's going to place the source water if I don't get that placed in. Perfect. Now, this is all running. All is well. However, I might want to speed this up a little bit. You know, how about this fast? Does that work? Is this the thing that's backwards? Okay. So this was the thing that I thought might become an issue. Is the saw backwards? So yes, they are going in the wrong direction. That's going to be a little bit more complicated to fix. So if my mind works properly, this should have converted the saw into going the proper direction by doing this. But now I need to get this power to here and then continue the power to this and also put that in the proper direction. This could get a little bit more complicated. So with this generating power, if I want to route this flipped, I would need to do a vertical and then a regular gearbox. That'll get the, oh, that gets the belt spinning the opposite direction. Huh. So with that going the right way, so this being a regular gearbox would work and would also spin, which is exactly what I want. And then I need to reverse again right here. And does that get that working? Oh my gosh. I think I figured it out. I think this is now producing the coke chunks that we need. Yes. Oh man. Interesting though. As far as water goes, oh, I have to fix my water source. Wait, no, I have water. What's going on? Oh, it flipped upside down. So I can already tell this is the start of a masterpiece. Oh boy, where'd my power go? Oh, that's right. Well, you know what? Charcoal, power, creosote maxed out. What exactly is creosote going to be used for? Because I might have to just send this to a nullifier. The problem is I don't want to send items to the nullifier. I want to send the fluid to the nullifier, and I'm hoping that it it won't do that. I don't think I can specify exclusively fluid, which is kind of a bummer actually. What is the creosote going to be used for? It did say power as another power source. So let's see, oil. There's a bunch of different types of oils in here. So yeah, this can be used. I actually don't know. Bucket? It doesn't really... Fluid encapsulator. I thought it could be used as a, even it said it could be used. It's a byproduct, can be used as an additional fuel source. But I don't see that being a thing. I mean, the fractionating still would be the thing that I would think that it would show up in. But it doesn't show up in it, which is interesting. Wait a minute. A fractionating still can make signalium with a bucket of destabilized redstone? Or is this saying it needs this also? I don't actually know how the fractionating still works 100%. It might actually require that. Never mind. How much power would they give off? That's kind of interesting. I'm getting sidetracked. So anyways, I need to figure out a way to get rid of this fluid at the moment. And to do that, I might just pipe it out and have it go into a nullifier. So I went ahead and got myself the nullifier, and I have it set up here. I need to wrench this. I don't know if it actually needs to be directly connected to a pipe or not. You'd feel like I'd already tested this. And then the face. This is kind of an issue with these machines. The face of the machine, I don't believe can be used, but we'll see. I'll see if this actually pulls out of here or not. I need a bucket. That should start working again. And as soon as the charcoal, then again, this can back up. If we're producing more charcoal, then this can actually grind up. Then we're going to run into a problem. So I need to make sure that this is going fast enough to do this. So that should kick up. Is that removing creosote? It is not. I'm going to see. Oh, this is also spinning now. Let me see if I turn this. If that is working. Nope. And let's test it even further. Let's put the nullifier one block out and give it a pipe. Because I'm still thinking there's an issue. Yeah, where it's the side of the machine. Oh boy. Okay, I definitely fixed it. All I did was rotate the machine so the face of the machine is facing this way. So when configuring it, it makes it a little bit more difficult, but I have the back set to go to the nullifier. And now the only issue that I think we're having is the fact that this is not processing fast enough. So let's put an upgrade in it and see what it uses, because this is only using 5 RF per tick, whereas this is producing 40 at the moment without any upgrades. So it seems at this point, with the upgrades in here, I went and put the resonant in here. This actually doesn't use much power at all, which is surprising, and it's converting this over, and it's working just fine, and this is able to keep up. So this system should never shut off unless this gets backed up right here. So at that point, we're fine. This is getting rid of the creosote oil, which I don't really have any use for at the moment. And there we go. I mean, this is working. Now, this is only this one small part of what we have here in chapter 4. So we're just now getting started. This is going to take a little bit of time. This sand setup is actually really cool, and we're going to be doing that next episode. And then it's all going to work its way through. Like this is all going to work its way through here. And eventually we're going to get ourselves to that ME controller, which I am super hyped for. So guys, of course, in today's episode, I do want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video. And that, my friends, is going to go to Nuka-Cola 42. Thank you so much for your amazing support. Becoming a Discord premium member, I absolutely appreciate it. And of course, guys, if you want to join the Discord, all you got to do is go to discord.gg/ChosenArchitect. By the way, we are getting so close, if not already surpassed 20,000 members over on the Discord. It's absolutely insane. But of course, that is a huge thanks to the new public server, the new public SMP server that I'd love for you guys to join. I've of course been playing over there, and you can expect to see me on Friday live streaming that over on Twitch. And of course, I do play it in my free time, so you'll probably catch me on the server a bit often, a bit more than you probably would expect. But anyways, guys, I'd love to see you over there. And of course, click that subscribe button. We're getting so close to 500,000 subscribers. I can almost taste it. Whatever that tastes like. You know what? Anyways, thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.